blocked by Hale. And she'll get the kill.
We are live here fieldside in South Deerfield as your Lady Redhawks of Frontier take on the Thunder of Turners Falls. My name is Adam Bouchard. Welcome to another glorious day here in Deerfield. It's about 72 degrees. The leaves are starting to turn. An unbelievable view here for this field hockey game as it's getting ready to start to begin. The Thunder from Turners Falls come into this game with a season of 3 wins and 1 loss. They have their season so far capping off exactly how they wanted to start it after last year, as they came in this year with a win over Franklin County Tech, 1-0, a win against Holyoke, 2-0. Their lone defeat so far this year was a 2-1 loss to Hampshire, and they just beat Mahar this week earlier, 3-2. They come to this fantastic field. Once again, we'll always say, the best field in the state, the best grass field in the state here in South Deerfield, as those Thunder take on your Lady Redhawks. The Lady Redhawks come into this game so far this season with a 2-2-1 record, as they lost the first game against Longmeadow in a 3-2 nail-biter up at Longmeadow, a tie 1-1 against Agawam at Agawam, a big win against East Longmeadow here home, a 4-2 win. Then this past Saturday, they were defeated by a tough Sutton team, 2-1, and they squeaked out a win against Minnechaug, 3-2, just earlier this week. As referees get on the field, the last cheers here for both teams getting ready to get this game started. We look at what we're looking for today is a very hard-fought battle, where the Lady Redhawks are going to have to come out and use their speed. This Turners Falls team has a lot of speed, has some skill, and as you can tell, they've definitely scored some goals to get to be a 3-1 record so far. You have Brooke Charest in goal again for the Lady Redhawks. Coming into her freshman year as a starter for her first year, she has been very, very well performed. We're really liking what we see so far in the youngster, making a lot of great first saves, and what she's hoping to see is that her defensive core is going to be able to clear those rebounds out and not allow Turners Falls to have those secondary scoring chances. Because as the season has been going on, that's really what we've been starting to see, is she's making a lot of those primary saves, and then secondary shots are really what's been going in. As the game gets ready to start here, you can see on the defensive side in front of Brooke, you have Lauren Kalinowski, number 6. You have Amelia Bouchard, number 9. And I can't see that far, but I think that's Kate, number 2, but I can't see that far. And we are off, and it's possession for Frontier. Elsa Brown right up to Haley. Haley's number 8, trying to cook it right through, but a nice defensive play there by the Turners Falls defender. What Frontier is going to want to do is keep that ball on the offensive side of the 50 in this game, keep possession, and really score in their opportunities. What they have done so far this year is they have outshot every opponent they have played. And when I say outshot, we're talking about by at least 10 more shots than their opponents. So they're definitely getting the opportunities to score. And once that glass window is broken and Frontier begins to start scoring more goals, I really think we're going to see a big offensive output as the season progresses. Looks like we had a little dangerous play there, a little ball too high to the Thunder player, and it will be Turners Falls possession right outside the 25 circle, coming to you left to right on your radio if you're listening abroad. And welcome everybody here. Well, you're here as our stands are full. If you're watching on YouTube, or if you're listening anywhere worldwide, we have a shot on net from Frontier. First of the game, that's one save, another save, and we have a goal by the Lady Redhawks. We'll get that goal scorer. Not quite sure who that was. Looking at some congratulations there from Lauren. It was that to Macy with a goal to put the Red Hawk ladies up 1-0, roughly 3 or so minutes into the game. That's the offense that we were talking about. When they get opportunities, Frontier is going to need to continue burying when they get those opportunities. Macy with the ball down to Elsa. Elsa across the field for good ball possession. Rowing up to Addie Harrington. Addie's got that speed. Good defensive play there by number 1 from Turners Falls. That was obstruction from Turners. Addie Harrington with the ball over to Haley. Haley with the ball winning. What a good scrum we have. And Frontier comes out with possession. On the far side, Addie Harrington using that speed around 2 defenders. She's going to look to cross that ball over. Ball's into the circle. Just missed short side. That will be coming up. Frontier possession. It looks like it was a save by that goaltender again from Turners Falls. It's a long drive in now from the 25. Elsa Brown is going to start that drive. She's going to go 5 yards and enter the circle. Into the circle the ball goes. Addie Harrington brings the ball around to Haley. Oh, just missed the shot. Haven't seen a call by the official, but it looks like it is a Thunder possession as that shot just missed the net. Looked like it was more of a pass across the crease there, potentially to Macy. Really couldn't tell. But the action is furious, and the ball is where the Lady Redhawks would like to have it, down in the offensive zone with a 1-0 lead here, 5 minutes into the game. Turners Falls has possession. That's number 11. Bringing it right on over. Intercepted by the Lady Redhawks. The ball continues to go. Hallie with it in the top of the circle. Enters the circle. Addie Harrington shot on net. And that's a save. A lot of action, a lot of saves down there by that goaltender for the Thunder of Turners Falls. Ball went out of bounds. There's a Turners Falls possession. Lady Redhawks at the 25. Elsa Brown to start. Once again, reminder of the rules. You need to go 5 yards when you have one of those stalled plays before you can enter the circle. Another stick infraction. Elsa Brown will start that play. And as we're sitting here, you can notice typically you have a lot of the JV players here from Frontier cheering on their varsity players, getting ready for their JV game. But today JV has a game up at Bement, taking on Bement this afternoon. That's going to be a fun one. Can't wait to hear how that game goes. Another shot on net and another save. And it looks like it was deemed dangerous from the Turners Falls official for the Turners Falls goaltender. And what I mean by that is she made the initial save, but the ball was kicked a little high, so the official called that a dangerous play, which is going to result in a Frontier corner. As Mrs. Shapley was here, she'll always say, every goal is every goal. Every corner should be a goal. Shot on net. Oh, right through. Fantastic movement there by the Lady Hawks of Frontier. And that goaltender was up to the marker. He made a great first save before Frontier shot it out of bounds. Ball comes into play. Amelia Bouchard pushes it right back down. She's not letting that ball cross the line. As Frontier moves it up the half line here, closest to us. Trying to move that ball into the circle. Ball's entered the circle. Another shot on net. Another big save. That's about 5 or 6 shots on net already for the Lady Redhawks. And that goaltender, I'll have to get his name when I can, but he's playing pretty strong right now, making some pretty fantastic saves. Couldn't see the infraction. I apologize here, but it looks like it will be a corner for Frontier. Ball will be inserted. Shot by Amelia Bouchard. Let it go! Big cannon. Set play, set up design right off the corner. Right up to Amelia Bouchard with the absolute cannon. Put it far side. That puts the Lady Redhawks up 2-0. And the Thunder will begin as it is 2-0. Lady Redhawks stop that play, bringing the action right back down into the circle. And that's another corner for Frontier. It was a foot infraction. And they'll be resetting up again here to insert the ball. It's hard to see who's inserting. Ball comes in. Back down to the side ball, looking to cross it in. Oh, nice defensive play there by the defender from the Thunder of Turners Falls. Another corner infraction. Ball is going to be inserted again as we're now having our 5th corner for the Lady Redhawks. Ball, oh, it just has to exit that circle before they can shoot it. Great defensive play. Great defensive play by the Thunder from Turners Falls as they clear the ball out. Well defended corner there by the Thunder from Turners Falls as they're now going to have a possession at the top of the circle, about the 25, trying to clear the zone. Game begins. And you can see what Turners is trying to do. They're trying to alleviate the ball outside of their defensive side. But as we talked about at the top of the game here, we've really been waiting for this Frontier Redhawks team to put all of the offensive prowess together. They have the talent, they have the capability. And so far in this game, it's a 2-0, 10 minutes into the game for the Lady Redhawks. And you can see they continue to put the pressure in the circle. Another insert. Again, ball is coming in. Officials are getting everybody set. Ball will be inserted. And a reminder, the ball must come outside the circle before the offensive team can try to shoot it again on net. Ball through the middle. Ball in the center. Right across. Oh, stick infraction. Stick infraction there on the Frontier Lady Redhawks player right in front of the goal. As they try to clear the ball out. So once again, our goal scorer so far this game was Macy from Frontier early on in the game. And then Amelia Bouchard with that cannon off of a corner. 2-0 as we sit right now. As Frontier continues to drive the pressure on net into the circle. 2 more saves, 3 more saves until a corner. I tell you what, we definitely have to get the name of this goaltender from Turners Falls. He has been on fire. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm thinking he's already at about 9 saves so far. So a total of 11 shots, and we're only in the first quarter. He's doing a fantastic job in net there as another corner was awarded to Frontier. Up to the top of the circle, shot on net. Oh, off the post. What a finish. Another cannon off of a corner. I tell you, Coach Meyer is going to be very happy with the execution on the corners so far this game. We know they've been putting the work into the practice. They've had a lot of corners in the first 5 games of the season and have only executed on a few of them. And it's good to see that hard work and practice paying off with another goal scored off of a corner. So that puts the game up. Frontier Lady Hawks 3, Turners Falls Thunder 0. Roughly 4 minutes or so left in the first quarter as Frontier has a few substitutions up at the forward positions. We see Brenna Fahey here, number 13, on your strong side. Nor with the ball. Good defensive play. It will be Turners Falls possession right here in front of us. Great cross there by number 10 from Turners Falls. Great execution on that. But Frontier turns that ball right back over, brings it back into the offensive side, inserting it into the circle. and continuing to play. Ball right back into the circle. Rowan with a shot through. And it came all the way through. That will be Turners Falls possession at the top of the key. As we get ticking down to close to the end of the first quarter, as you can see, it is Frontier 3, Turners Falls 0. Turners Falls is bringing the ball up to the half line, trying to clear it out of the defensive zone. But Frontier, as continue with the pressure, as we talked about at the beginning of the game, this is what you wanted to see from the Frontier Lady Redhawks. And we know Turners Falls wants to defend as strong as they can to continue to bring that ball and try to bring it down to the Frontier possession. We have another corner coming in. And as my good friend Mrs. Shapley states, every corner should be a goal. We've already got 2 goals off of corners so far for Frontier as Turners Falls gets in their position. And the insert will begin. Up to Haley, number 1. Across to Elsa. Brings it into the circle for a shot. Another big save. Another big save. Fantastic. Lots of action in front of the net there. He's doing a great job with making all the saves. He's having lots of shots on net. Another infraction. Great effort defensively there by Turners. Goaltender has made 13 saves already so far this game. We have a timeout on the play. Looks like potentially a equipment malfunction. Can't really see what's going on here, but we certainly have a timeout on the play. Looks like potentially a helmet malfunction. Luckily, there was another goaltender had a helmet over on the bench side. That's good to see. Would hate for somebody to not be able to have the proper protection. It was either a helmet or a paddle. Looks like it was the paddle, as his helmet is still back on now. Looks like some type of malfunction for that piece of equipment. But we can continue to play as he gets re-prepared with his equipment. The breeze is starting to pick up here. Gorgeous afternoon in South Deerfield. It's 74 degrees, a couple clouds in the sky. These are the picturesque days that you love, just being out in the field and enjoying a great piece of competition. Another great save, and Haley with the goal on the third effort after the goaltender made 2 more fantastic saves. That puts Frontier up 4, Turners Falls 0. You know, this is the pressure that you've seen Frontier bring to a lot of other games. They're just finding the back of the net today. Not to the big test of the goaltender. He has had already 14 ridiculously amazing saves so far this quarter. Hats off so far. It's tough when the score is 4-0, but I'll tell you what, that goaltender has really made a ton of saves. The score could be a little bit more than it is. Frontier brings it down into the Turners brings it down to the Frontier area. Broken up by Frontier, up to Elsa Brown into the middle. Nora through. Brenna Fahey in pursuit. Brenna with possession into the circle. And we have another infraction within the circle. Brenna Fahey was going right on in, made a few moves. Defender just got stick on stick. And it did result in a corner for Frontier. As they get set up here, Frontier will have another corner here with less than a minute left in the quarter. And just a reminder, if a corner is being played when the quarter ends, you still continue playing that ball until the ball leaves the circle. We have not heard the buzzer yet, so we play on as a normal game. Right in front, shot. Oh! Shot across. And that ball came high, stomach high, chest high on Brenna Fahey right in front of the net. I can see her giggle and laugh, and you know that's one of those this hurts laughs. Definitely not a funny part of it, but it was an opportunity to score, and unfortunately the shot was high and hit Brenna in the stomach area. She seems to be okay, though, as play continues. Addie Harrington brings into the circle. right across the middle. Looks like it was a foot infraction on the Lady Redhawks of Frontier. Turner Falls with possession, working hard to get the ball outside of their defensive zone. Great stick work there by number 10. Working hard on the ball. Definitely putting the effort to clear that ball out of the zone. Was an infraction on Frontier, and there's the ball down into the Frontier side of the half. Melee Boucher with the breakup. Great ball up the middle. Now it's just a dangerous play, pass a little bit high. It looks like number 10 Khalifa with the ball here for Turner's Falls. Khalifa starts, passes over here to 16. Great teamwork there, bring it up. Foot infraction there on Nor, number 18. Good ball by Khalifa there, getting it right on up. But Elsa Brown with the back check to break that play up. Turner's putting a little pressure, trying to get the ball into the circle themselves. But a breakup by Elsa. Oh, Khalifa with the nice breakup. He's been very active in this game so far. Khalifa is all over for Turner's. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, end of the first quarter. We sit here with the Frontier Lady Hawks up 4, Turner's Falls 0. And I'll tell you, we'll take nothing against that goaltender. I'm definitely going to learn what his name is in between quarters here. And while I go find that out from some of these awesome fans in the background, I always want to say thank you so much to our FCAT sponsors so we can make this every game that we can. I get to sit out in this wonderful field, watch a great game of field hockey, and none of it would be able to be done without our sponsors. And those are Albert Hearing Services, Holiday Pizza, Baird Ceiling Systems, Zach's Barbecue, Terrazas at the Greenfield Country Club, and the Sugarloaf Hair Studio. Thank you to our sponsors, and we'll be right back after a minute. Welcome back to the start of the second quarter. Lots of action that has been packed right in front of Connor, the goaltender for Turner's Falls. I have him at 15 saves already. That's unofficial, of course, but to my count, I have him at 15 saves, 4 goals against, 19 total shots already on net in the first quarter. You don't typically see 19 shots in a complete game, never mind a quarter. We talked about at the top of the hour, this Frontier offense is really looking to bring everything together, and so far in that first quarter, that's everything they've been working on in practice. They've had the opportunities in a lot of the other games, haven't been able to bury, and again, take nothing away from what Turner's Falls is doing defensively, particularly Connor in goal and Khalifa number 10, kind of clearing out the middle of the area. They've been doing a fantastic job themselves, but the Lady Redhawks have really been executing on all the plays that they've been working hard on. As we start the second quarter, we have a lot of substitutions out there for Frontier. And that's a foot infraction right off the bat. Possession for Frontier. Elsa with the ball down into the circle. Patrick with the nice defensive play there for Turner's Falls. Elsa Brown able to recapture the possession. Bring that ball into the circle. Good defensive by Patrick. Slip down. Ball continues to play. Ball is in the circle. That is possession for Frontier. Looks like the referee was positioning. That is correct. Coming up to the 25. Possession for the Lady Redhawks. Elsa Brown has to go 5 and then bring it into the circle. Khalifa's covering her. Nice clear out by that Turner's Falls defender. as Frontier continues to try to mount that pressure and bring that ball into the circle. It enters the circle. Brenner across the middle. Another save. Another great save by Connor. That's unofficially, I have him as his 16th save at the start of the second quarter here. Minute or so into that second quarter. Fantastic effort. I tell you, this Lady Redhawks team really bringing the pressure offensively. I don't really talk about it that often, but it is to the sight right now. They certainly are being able to keep possession down in the offensive half of the zone. I do believe as the game continues, Turners Falls will start to gain possession and bring that ball into their offensive side. But right now, Frontier is really bringing the pressure. You know, after that 3-2 win over Minnechaug, they've come out so far this Wednesday with a vengeance. And the offensive cue is continuing to happening. We have a great play by the Turners Falls defender there. Ball goes top of the circle for Frontier. Brings it in. Nice defensive play by the Turners Falls defense. They're starting to clog up the middle, starting to clog up that circle, and not allowing the Lady Redhawks to enter that circle. Maybe a change that the coach made in between periods, in between quarters here, to try to gobble up that circle area and not allow the ball to come through. But it makes its way through, and another save by Connor. Unofficially 17th save of the game by my count. But Frontier gains possession back after that nice steal of the ball. Crosses the ball to the middle. Another shot on net by Brenna Fahey and another save by Connor. This time, unfortunately, was kicked a little too high after the save. And it does account for a corner possession for Frontier. As we get ready for the insert. Ball's up to the top of the circle. Over to Brenna Fahey. Shot on net. Oh, good defensive play. Didn't make it through. Continued possession in the circle. Looks like ball out of bounds by Frontier. It will be possession at the 25 for Turners Falls. As they gain the ball and move it up to the far half line. The action continues to be down in the Frontier offensive zone. Bring the ball back over, back into the circle. Cross through, good defensive play there. Couldn't tell whose stick that was. Might have been Khalifa's again. But it was a good defensive stick to clear the ball. But it was deemed unnecessary. Another corner for Frontier. As they get their calls in from Coach Missy on what play to develop. Elsa calls it out. And the ladies get in position. As this ball begins to get inserted, right to the top of the key. Lauren Canals with a shot. Oh no, we have an injured player. Looks like the ball hit him right in the leg and the knee. Khalifa's been really all over the place. Turners Falls could not have fought an injury here. We really hope everything is okay. But it looks like the official is calling the coach in. And as we go to injury here, we will take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. On his own accord, getting high fives and high sticks. Those are so scary. That ball is extremely hard. It was a hard shot that was played in by the Lady Redhawks player. Looked like it was almost right off the knee or right above that knee pad. But Khalifa looks like he's going to be okay and continue this game. Happy to see that. We hate to see any student athlete obtain any injury in a game they love to play. With that being said, as the action continues, it will be the Lady Redhawks ball. I apologize. It is the Thunder ball. That's right. The ball was placed out of bounds by Frontier. It will be possession for the Thunder from Turners Falls. About 5 minutes into the second half here. It is the Frontier Lady Redhawks 4, Turners Falls 0. And Turners has kept the ball down in the offensive half for almost every second of this game. The offense is there. Goaltender's making amazing saves, just like that one right there for his unofficial 19th save of the game. Connor's on fire, or en fuego we like to say, in net there. But now we have a foot infraction. It will be another corner for the Lady Redhawks. As the insert is ready to go, again, you can see the players are being put into position. Coach is calling in what play to run. Insert comes on the official's whistle. Oh, on the insert, it looks like the insert, I think, was stepped backwards. Now you have to you have to stay framed in order to insert that ball. You can't step back to make a shot. That happens. Sonora had to come out here. Now Elsa will insert the ball. No penalty. You just lose one of those player advantage when it comes to a corner. Up to Lauren Kalinowski. Back down to Elsa. Good defensive play by Klifa again. Once again, all over the field defensively. Ball in the circle. We have another corner for foot infraction within that circle. And you can just see this Lady Redhawk team from Frontier just continues to push down and push down and push down pressure into the Thunder zone. It's very difficult for Turners Falls right now to clear the ball out of the area. No behest to their effort, for sure. It's just Frontier is really doing a great job of keeping that ball in the offensive side of the zone. The insert comes up, top to Lauren Kalinowski. Lauren to Brenna Fahey. Brenna with the shot. Oh, missed the shot. That's deemed dangerous as there was a Turners Falls player near where she missed the ball. Possession for Turners Falls. Bella with the push off. Possession for the Lady Redhawks. Right outside the 25. Once again, must go 5 yards before entering the circle. Comes to the right-hand side. Ball passed over. But that was dangerous as it was too high with the player too close. Possession for Turners Falls as they continue to move the ball up. Brenna with the interception, brings the ball into the circle. Shot on net, another save by Connor. Pass the ball across, another huge save by Connor, another save by Connor. And then the Lady Redhawks bury one home. Unbelievable. That was the unofficial 21st and 22nd save by Connor. But that goal by somebody on Frontier, and we will figure that out in just a moment. But my goodness, what an unbelievable afternoon. And boy, I tell you, when you come into a game and you have your friends, it's a fantastic day. And I am so happy to say that my friend here on the sideline, Mrs. Shapley, welcome to the game.
Thank you.
We missed you the first quarter and a half. Welcome.
I am sorry. Multiple bookings.
It happens. Welcome to the game. So just to catch you up to speed what you missed so far, Mrs. Shapley, we have the Lady Redhawks 5, the Turners Falls Thunder 0. I have unofficially Connor the goaltender for Turners Falls having a phenomenal game with 21 saves already on the day.
Wow.
Making a tremendous amounts of saves. But what's happening, and from what I'm seeing from my perspective here, is that the Lady Redhawks, all of that offense that we've been talking about over the last few games, it's starting to really come together in this one. And they're just continuing to pressure the ball down on the Turners Falls side. Brenna Fahey with the ball back into the circle again. Shot on net. That was considered a foot infraction for another Lady Redhawks corner. This is about the 8th already this game, Mrs. Shapley.
Oh, boy. Yes, it's been a busy day for me. I apologize for getting here late, and then the printer wouldn't work.
Oh, no, that's not a good thing.
No.
That's not a good thing at all. We need more printers in our day.
Yes. So as we're trying to get ourselves set up here.
This is not a problem. Ball has been inserted. And oh, nice effort, fantastic play. Again, Connor, the goaltender, fantastic stretch. Not sure if he got a piece of that ball or not, but he's been extremely, extremely busy down there today.
All right, so we have so we'll put that at 22.
I would say that was unofficially 22. That's correct.
Unofficially, 22 saves.
That's by my count so far. It's been an onslaught of shots, and nothing against the effort of the Turners Falls Thunder here, but Frontier came today, and it's being all put together. Another save by Connor. It will be possession for Frontier.
Yeah, so I mean, we are kind of slightly talking, apples and oranges here. Different league, different skill sets, for sure. Turner's they'll always bring their A game.
Absolutely.
But we are working with the different skill levels here, and we definitely have a young Turners Falls team here.
Yeah, and again, we've talked about the last few games that we've watched, last 5 games for the Lady Redhawks. They've had a lot of the opportunities in the games that we've seen. They just weren't able to really bury, right? They've had multiple games where they outshot their opponent by 10 shots or more, but they weren't able to really put all the scoring together. And what we have so far today, it's a 5-0 game, and so far our first 4 goal scorers of the game, we had Macy had the first goal of the game, so Macy DeMaio had the first goal of the game. Then Amelia Bouchard scored off of a corner. Then Macy had her second of the game. And then Haley had a goal as well. That's what we have for our goal scorers so far. We'll try to find out who the 5th goal scorer was. We'll get that right back with everybody as well. That's where our 4 goal scorers were so far. But again, it's one of those games where the pressure is there. It's a difficult game to defend if you're Turners Falls, because everything seems to be going the right way for Frontier, and that's hard work, effort, practice, right. And everything we've seen in every game so far coming up has been leading to a game where we knew eventually the offensive power was going to start to show up, and unfortunately for the Thunder of Turners Falls, so far this has been the game that it showed up for.
Right. And as I said, it's looking like it's a very young team. I tried to do a quick check with Mass Live. They only had 4 people on the roster on Mass Live, so there wasn't a lot of information to grab there.
Yeah, it's they come into the game 3-1, which was a fantastic way to start for the season, but they definitely have run into a red-hot Lady Redhawks team right now, and when any team is really playing and executing the way that they're executing today, doesn't matter who the opponent is, the Lady Redhawks are going to have this offensive power, as we know that they can bring.
And for the Redhawks, this will be an opportunity for the younger kids on varsity to see some play time, which will help future.
Another big save. Absolutely, I agree with Shep. It's definitely good for some of that development for some of the younger student athletes, right? Get some varsity playing time for sure. And I was saying earlier how our JV friends are up at Bement, I believe, playing Bement today in a JV scrimmage. So it's some great competition going on all around for both varsity and JV. And again, as soon as we can get any score from that, we will definitely let everybody know. We're just waiting for our correspondents over at Bement to give us the scores. We have it's Turners Falls possession. Khalifa with the ball. Khalifa's been all over the field defensively for Turners Falls. Been involved, been engaged, doing everything Khalifa can do in order to stop this Frontier onslaught. And can't say nothing about the effort they're putting into this game. Lauren Kalinowski up the half wall, across the middle. Another save by Connor, huge save. It's got him to unofficially about 26 or so saves already before the half is even over. I believe we're just about down to the 1-minute marker in the first half. Possession for the Lady Redhawks. Ball up to Rowan Riley through the corner. Try to cross it through. Nice defensive play there by the Turners Falls defender. Will be possession for Frontier on the top of the circle at the 25. Correct, Mrs. Shapley?
Correct.
Ball's at top of the 25. Going to 5 yards. Trying to bring it into the circle. It's a nice battle there by Sigrid Calhoun. Across the hall here.
That's over to Ivy.
Ivy is 32 today. I see that now, yes. Ivy with possession in the circle. Stick and fraction. Possession, Turners Falls. Turners Falls bring the play up. Berta Fahey with the interception. Taps it down to Rowan Riley. Crosses their... Wow, another great defensive play. What I've noticed, Mrs. Shapley, from the first quarter into the second quarter, in between periods, it definitely seemed like the coach of the Turners Falls team kind of changed up how they're going to try to clog up the neutral zone, clog up that middle.
Yep.
And it's certainly been helpful to try to keep these Frontier offense from really crashing the circle. Khalifa, again, all over the ball so far. Gets the ball down into the half zone, but Amelia Bouchard with the big breakup. And that's the end of the half. Ladies and gentlemen, we end this half. The Lady Redhawks of Frontier 5, Turners Falls 0. And Mrs. Shapley, we know it's always been a busy day. We're always working so hard. But, you know, what a great thing to do after hard work. Come in, watch these fantastic student-athletes perform a sport that they love, sit next to a friend and talk about the game. And, again, none of this would be beneficial. We wouldn't be able to do this without our sponsors here at FCAT. And I'd love to give that shout out again. That's to Albert Hearing Services, Holiday Pizza, Beard Sealing Systems, Zach's Barbecue, Terrazas at the Greenfield Country Club, and the Sugarloaf Hair Studio. If you haven't visited, please do, and we really appreciate their support. With that, we're going to leave the first half. Frontier 5, Turners Falls 0. We'll be back on the other side.
See you soon.
And welcome back to this fantastic afternoon as the Lady Thunder from Turners Falls are competing against the Lady Redhawks of Frontier. It is Frontier 5, Turners Falls 0 at the start of the third quarter. Mrs. Shapley, I think you have some numbers to go over on how the first half provided from a shot on goal perspective and a score perspective.
So we guesstimated roughly around 26 saves by the Turners Falls goalie. 5 have gone in. With that being said, when you have a spread of 5-zip, we have running time going, so the clock will never stop no matter what at this point. And we have not really seen it down for our goalie.
No,
She's-
the defense and the midfielders for Frontier so far have been extremely quick with decisions, and the pressure has been on Connor for Turners Falls all game long so far.
Yeah.
But unbelievable, 26 saves already in a half. You don't see that typically in 4 games in a field hockey game. It just goes to show the pressure that Frontier really has been bringing, and a fantastic showing for Connor in net there for Turners Falls.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to sleep well tonight after this one. As Turners Falls gets possession, brings the ball down close to the circle, into the circle for the first time today. Lauren Kalinowski on defense, but Turners Falls continues with that pressure. That's Ella from Turners Falls, but broken up. Nice play broken up there defensively by Maya Fosnet for Frontier. As the ball continues down here on the left side of our viewing area. Stick infraction there for Caio. Just missed the ball. Not intentional, just aggressive, as all players should be. Lauren Kalinowski is going to start the ball here. Possession for Frontier. Lauren with the ball. Right up to Macy DeMaio. Bringing that ball through. We have ourselves a break here. Frontier coming through. Oh, good defensive play. Great break up there by, looks like number 8 for Turners Falls. 9, my goodness. I got to learn to count better here, Mrs. Shapley.
Well, the movement is just so fast, and literally the ball will change directions.
And Brenna Fahey brings it to the circle. Broken up by Macy. Shot on net. Another save by Connor. Ivy with the ball to the circle. Good defensive play, and we have a foot infraction. It will be another corner for Frontier. Mrs. Shapley, I was trying to say it earlier by myself. It doesn't sound as good, but like you say, every corner should be.
A goal.
And let's see what Coach draws up here, and if the Frontier Lady Redhawks can execute.
So this for Frontier is a good opportunity. We see Macy inserting today to try something up, change it up a little bit, practice something new, where you have the safety of the lead that Frontier has.
That's a great play right there by number 16 by Turners. I agree. And it's a great play by number 16 for Turners. Broken up by Lauren Kalinowski. Ball back down into the play, but Khalifa with another great play. I tell you again, Mr. Shapley, Khalifa's been very, very active defensively here for Turners, given a huge effort. Brenna Fahey, ball into the circle. Another nice save by Connor. Good ball possession there. Turners Falls tries to get out of the circle, does so successfully. And it's a obstruction foul on Alex Kornuski of Frontier. Alex pushing that ball. Brenna Fahey steals the ball, crosses it through. Good breakup. Ball kept in the circle. Macy with the ball. And the official signals out of bounds by Frontier. That will be Turners Falls ball up on the 25. Whoop,
So,
outside the circle.
Top of the circle.
I was close. I was about
That's
5 yards
okay.
off.
It depends if it's a long hit versus the defense bringing the ball up.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Now I understand a little better. Thank you for that clarification. But Macy, ball into the circle. Nice clear by the Turners Falls defender.
But we're
Turners go ahead, Mrs. Shapley.
Well, we're just, we definitely see a lot of the younger players that don't get a lot of game time getting that time in now. So, and it also allows, to have a game that is a little bit more matched while you're building next year's team or the 2 years down the line.
Oh, that was a obstruction on Turners Falls. Ball possession for Frontier, and that was one of those players, Alex Kornuski, winning that battle, bringing the ball up. Brenna Fahey with a nice toe drag right here on the line right in front of us. Can't get much closer to the action than that, Mrs. Shapley.
Right here in front.
Brenna with the nice stick work. Round and round she goes. Nice ball right on up to Macy. Bringing it through the defender. About to try to cross it through the crease here. Ball's crossed. Oh, nice try through. Ivy with the shot on net. And that's going to be a foot infraction. You know what? When the balls are coming in like that, you know, I would believe as a coach, if it's a corner, you take the corner rather than giving up that shot on net and that goal in net. So great play and execution by the Thunder from Turners Falls.
It would be nice to hear a little bit more chatter, especially when we saw Alex over here kind of trying to get around. The other Frontier players should be opening a lane and helping and calling for that ball.
So a little more communication as we continue to grow down the season here, especially when it comes to playoff time. That's going to be hugely important. Another shot, another save by Connor. Great shot on net there by Bella Orell with a tip by Brenna Fahey, but a great save. We have a stick infraction. It will be possession, Turners Falls. Number 7 from Turners Falls will start with possession. Pushing up the zone. Alex breaking that play up. And that was dangerous. That was a little bit high by Alex. Good call by the official. Keep that ball low. But it was a great breakup by Alex. It's nice to watch her. We don't see her very often, but she's gotten her opportunities so far today, and she has definitely shown that, she can definitely hang. Brenna Fahey with a stick infraction. Number 7 from Turners Falls will continue the ball. There's an up through half line. Stick infraction on Turners, as that was.
We don't have their numbers.
Number 36 from Frontier.
Oh.
It was a good play. We'll try to get her name later on. But Macy with the move around. Through the middle. Hop coming up the half line. Cross the ball over. Oh, nice try. Nice cross. Ashley Galinsky almost connected. Back in front. Another nice defensive play by Ash for Turners Falls. Khalifa always engaged in the ball. Nice play by Alex, trying to keep that under the 25 marker. Khalifa, he's got some stick skills.
Yeah.
And more importantly, a lot of effort, which you love to see. Ashley with the ball, bringing it down to this, right to the 25. Ball over. That's Ivy Cloninger with the ball. Ivy with the ball pass back. Through the center, Macy top of the circle. Brings it in. Push it towards net. Shot on net. Oh, didn't get quite through. Brenna Fahey with the ball. Pass it across. Good defensive play there by Turners to clear that ball out. Great defensive play. Lots of pressure there. Lots of stick action. No penalties against Turners there. They're able to get possession as Frontier just missed the net.
Yeah, so this would be a great opportunity to try and, lift the ball up, go for the corners. Trying, working the ball where the goalie isn't.
Well, that's usually where you like to shoot it, I think, when you're trying to score goals, isn't it?
At the goalie?
Where the goalie isn't.
Oh, yes.
But that will be possession again for Turners Falls. As Brenna Fahey was bringing that ball down to the circle, she just went out of bounds. And that was me hitting the microphone, everybody. I apologize on that.
That came in one ear and went through the other one.
It will be possession. I stand corrected. It will be possession for Frontier.
Nope.
That is Sigrid starting the ball over. Nora Sloan with the ball in. Oh. Frontier possession. Sigrid will start the ball, moves it right on back here to Maya. It's Maya Fosnet on the ball. Still with possession. through to the circle. Defensive play by Patrick of Turners Falls. Stick infraction by Haley. That's Haley Doucette Kaplan for Frontier. Brenna Fahey with the steal, bringing it down the sideline. Crossing it through to Haley. Again, I think that means stick infraction. I'm not really sure what that one meant, but
that
I
was
think
a hack.
that's a sign for a hack there. It definitely heard it, so that was a good assumption to have there. We have Turners Falls with possession. Needed to give five there. So once again, for all of our friends at home, when it is possession, you need to give 5 yards of clear yardage in order to the game to continue. If you do not offer 5 yards to your opponent, the whistle will be blown, and the second offense could either be a corner or you get to sit in the boo-boo box on the opposite side.
So we have rainbows and boo-boo boxes.
That's
going.
correct.
Yeah. So it's a safety rule. If it's below the 25, it's a second infraction. Yeah, it definitely could be a corner, even though it's not in the circle. Above that, 2-minute card, timeout, or penalty box.
Right into that boo-boo box. Nobody likes to go to.
Nobody likes the boo-boo box.
Good clear attempt there by Turners Falls. Nice breakup by Alex Kornuski. Brenna Fahey, defended by number 7, also been very active defensively for Turners Falls. Alex Kornuski with the ball, top of the circle, brings it across. Brenna Fahey, side of the circle, crosses it through. Haley with the shot. Another save by Connor, the goaltender. Another fantastic play by the goaltender for Turners Falls.
So I'm just getting notice. Goal number 5 was Bella, assisted by Nora.
All right, so that 5th goal was Bella Orell, assisted by Nora Sloan. Thank you for getting that, Mrs. Shapley. So we sit here 5-0 for Frontier. Ball back into the circle. As you can see, Turners Falls has done a great job of stiffening up that circle compared to earlier on when the game first started, where Frontier was really able to get through to the net really a lot easier than they are now, and a good adjustment by Turners Falls defensively. We're sitting at just about the 2-minute warning here of the third quarter, and the ball is being possessed by Turners Falls, bringing it down into the Frontier zone. Number 8, great stick play, continuing down the half line. Nice breakup by Alex Kornuski on the play. Looks like the ball's getting into the circle. Good defensive play there by the defender of Frontier. Nice play there by Bella, passing it up to Brenna Fahey. Brenna Fahey with speed, up to half wall, being defended very well by number 7. Good defensive play, cross by Brenna Fahey. Ball up, another kick-out save by Connor, another shot, another save by Connor. Oh! And after 4 saves in a row, the 5th shot bakes it by Connor. That looks like it was.
That looked like Macy DeMeo, maybe off the pads.
That puts,
no, was that Ashley?
I think that was Ashley. I think it was an Ashley picking up that rebound. We'll get the official, but we both saw the captain band. But I think as they came out from the congratulations circle, it definitely looked more like an Ashley Galinsky berry there on the 5th rebound. So unbelievable. I believe that puts us unofficially up to 30 saves already for Connor here in the third quarter, as Frontier takes a 5-0 lead. It's possession for Frontier. And at the end of the third, just what we said, Mrs. Shapley, 5-0 Frontier, 6-0 Frontier after that last goal, and unofficially 30 saves by the goaltender for Turners Falls. Unbelievable showing. 1 more quarter to go, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds. And welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter on this absolutely picturesque, almost fall day here in New England. It's almost fall by date. The leaves are almost starting to turn over.
We're starting to see a little color over there.
And of course, as we always say, the best grass field in the state here
Absolutely.
at Frontier in South Deerfield. We are Frontier 6, Turners Fall 0. As we begin this fourth quarter, that's a dangerous play, ball high. Haley Doucette, number 8, picking the ball up for Frontier. Right over to Addie Harrington. Nice breakup again there. That's a stick infraction for Addie Harrington. A little too much stick, not enough ball on that play. Claire for Turners Falls with the ball. Nice little pass across the way to number 20. Good battle here, number 20 for Turners and Maya, but Maya wins it. That's
Yep, not 5 yards.
not 5 yards. The official wanted to make sure that wasn't a second infraction. Addie Harrington across to Haley. Haley, one more time through. That will be a corner for Frontier. And as we like to say,
Every corner is the goal.
we'd like to see them execute. They were executing at the beginning of this game, had a lot of opportunities. And these are the moments where you really need to bear down because executing corners are going to be key as the season progresses, particularly when you get into playoffs and you need to score those goals on these big key corners. We'd like to see execution here by Frontier. Coach Myers put the play in. Ball will be inserted right up to top.
Looks like Rowan with the insertion.
Right to Haley. Haley, with the shot on net. Kind of topped the ball. Shot on net. Another save by Connor. And it looks like it will be one of these. So that will be Turners Falls ball at the top of the circle. Khalifa with the ball to start. Right up, nice lane. Amelia Bouchard with the big breakup. That ball right back down into the circle. Addie with the ball. Cross it over. Oh, that was a good stick. Good play. Just missed. It will be Turners Falls possession, top of the circle.
Yeah, we've only seen it maybe once come over the 50-yard line down into our 25.
Yeah, it's been a lot of pressure from Frontier. That is for sure.
Yeah.
As we talked about at the top of the game here, a lot of the games so far have gone this way from a perception standpoint. It's just this game, Frontier has finally been able to break that glass door and start putting the ball in the net,
Right.
as they should have been all season long so far. Maya with the play, stick infraction. Maya with the speed. Back up top. Nice play. Good battle here.
Now I'm hearing some talking.
Yes.
So we have some of our starters back in. And part of it is building the confidence.
Absolutely. Game 5 of the season, you are about a quarter of the way through your season already, which is amazing when you think about it.
Really?
Well, you play about 20 regular season games. This is game 5. Looks like we have a corner for an infraction in the circle. Looks like Turners Falls will be getting the insert as the Lady Redhawks get their mass prepared for this corner.
So Monday was a win against Minichog,
Correct.
and Saturday they played
Sutton to a 2-1 loss.
2-1 loss, but that was a tough game.
That was a fantastic field hockey game to be a fan of.
Yeah.
You'd love to get W's in every game, but that was a fantastic all-around field hockey game. And you never know, you might start seeing that team again come playoffs.
Exactly.
Big breakup there by Amelia Bouchard, and then they all toss their mask, which I think is always so fun to watch, especially when it's in unison like that. Amelia Bouchard with the drive up to Addie Harrington. Addie with the speed up to
Nice.
Hallie. Oh, nice deflection. You got an odd student-athlete rush here. Back to Addie. She's going to look to cross it again. She does. Nice
Oh.
save. Another fantastic save by Connor. Been all over. That was a good fast break. Started out with the breakout from Amelia Bouchard right up there to Addie Harrington. Over to Hallie. Hallie back over to Addie and tried to cross it all the way over. But a great defensive play by Turners Falls. Connor, again, with a fantastic output. As Turners gets possession. Hallie with the ball, turning it back around. Chipping it up through, just not far enough for Addie Harrington. Good defensive play by Haley. Haley, number 36 of Frontier. Still with a nice possession battle. Won by Turners Falls, and we have a timeout and a goalie sub for Frontier. So that will be Brooke coming out with her game thus far and changing our goaltender. Oh, nice steal by Addie. Addie Harrington, good ball up to Haley. Haley's bringing it down. Good step by the defenseman. Back over to Addie Harrington into the circle. Cross it up across. Good defensive play by Khalifa. Back again, Hallie in front. We have a corner for Frontier as a stick infraction. Was a great possession. And, you know, sometimes a corner is better than the shot that was going to come if you didn't, have that infraction. But here we are. Another corner for Frontier, where every corner.
It's a goal.
We need execution here, Mrs. Shapley.
We do.
Ball up to the circle. Hallie with the ball.
That was dangerous. That ball came up too high, too close to, and hit the Turners.
Absolutely.
You got to keep on that particular. You got to keep it low on the ground.
Came up, hit about the arm wrist area. You can see immediately Hallie asked if she was okay. Unintentional. I don't think anybody would really do that intentionally here, but sometimes it happens in this game. This game is fast and hard, and that ball comes fast and hard. Addie Harrington with the interception, and we have another corner here for Frontier. Mrs. Shapley, what are you seeing here that they need to do to execute on these corners? I have my thoughts on it. My thoughts on it is what I would like to see this Lady Redhawks do on these corner opportunities in this game is where's the intensity? Where's the willing and the want on these corners? We're very right now. I understand it's 6-0, but these are times where you need to really start to execute these efforts because they're going to matter as the season progresses.
I think you kind of hit the law on the nose.
Another goal.
Another goal.
Great. Another initial 2 saves by Connor before that was put in.
I mean, part of it is that mental awareness and staying on top of the game. You're up by 6-0. You might, when you play a team that doesn't quite have the high skill level that you're used to, you kind of let yourself slip a little bit, and we may have seen a little bit of that happening. But of course, we just executed.
That's what you like to see, right? I mean, I understand all of that, and I agree, right? I'm very fortunate to coach some high school student athletes as well, and you see it in every sport, at every level, right? Particularly at the high school level. But those are the things that, you like to see the execution level and the effort level, particularly on those plays, because, again, those corners are crucial in a lot of games throughout the year, particularly when it comes to playoff time.
Yeah. I mean, we, as a team, historically, the games we're winning, especially when we get into Western Mass in the States, is a 1-0, 2-1 game. And you have to capitalize every opportunity that you can. And when you have the offensive advantage, that's where it's going to make or break you.
I agree. So we have another corner here for a foot infraction in the circle. They all look for coach for what play to draw up. And again, let's see if that effort and execution happens up here on this corner. Ball comes to the top of the circle. Oh, nice block down. Not sure what happened there, but I saw a fantastic defensive save by a Turners Falls player for the shot up high.
I'm gonna probably say it was a high stick just to knock it down, and it was just too many players around it. So thinking of it as a dangerous.
Okay, that makes sense, because that's certainly what we saw, for sure. Ball crossed. Another great play by Khalifa. He's been all over defensively. Ball across the middle. Oh, shot on the... That's another bury there. I think that was Rowan Riley.
Yes, I think
I
it
believe
was.
for the 8th goal of the day. I did not catch who scored the 7th. I think unofficially it was Bella with her 2nd of the day, but I'm not quite certain who had the 7th. We will get you that there, though, as this game progresses. We are roughly 5 minutes left here in the game. It is Frontier 8, Turners Falls 0. But I tell you, with over 30-plus shots on net, Connor's done a fantastic job in net. Don't let this score dictate how well he has played in goal, because he's had a tremendous amount of shots and a tremendous amount of saves so far this game.
Yes, and as you pointed out, Khalifa is the backbone of the defense over for Turners, and I think we're having
Looks like a timeout.
timeout.
But yeah, I agree with you. You can certainly see how this Turners Falls team came in with a 3-1 record, right? Fantastic teams win defensively, right? You win the defensive battles, offensively you'll come down the other way. With Connor in goal and Khalifa backing, centering that defensive back, you can certainly see how they came in 3-1, giving up only a handful of goals throughout those first 4 games. And really, they only gave up 4 goals in the first 4 games coming into this game. Connor's been fantastic. Again, unofficially, over 30-plus saves. Khalifa is all over the defensive zone, up to the hash marks, up to the half line, all the way back, left and right sidelines. And again, don't take anything away from the other Turners Falls players, because they're all working extremely hard. Their effort is there. But as we see it from just our one game of this Turners Falls team, Khalifa and Connor are definitely standouts when it comes defensively for that team.
Most definitely. And, Turners Falls is an up-and-coming team. You got to give them a lot of credit. They're not giving up. They're working hard out there. But it is, it's a tough Red Hawks team that they're up against. And this will only help Turners Falls get better as they progress through their season, through their conference.
Absolutely. It's all about growth, right? And it's not about the wins and the losses. It is those life lessons that these sports do teach when it comes to student athletes. And it's a great lesson to hear. I love what you just called out there, Mrs. Shapley, how this Turners Falls team continues to try. The effort is still there. Hey, listen, sometimes one team is better than the other. Mm-hmm. That happens in sports, but you love to see that their effort is extremely high.
Right.
Now we take it from the Lady Red Hawks side. As soon as we kind of called them out on effort and execution, they kind of turned it right around. And that's what you would expect to see, what you want to see when you have all those corner opportunities, is that consistency of effort and execution. Sure, it warranted 3 goals for the Lady Red Hawks, but you need that intensity, because the last thing you want to do is, you have a game coming up Friday as well with our friends over in Greenfield.
Greenfield always brings their A game.
And we don't want to show up with that game in Greenfield without the effort and execution to finish this last 5 minutes of this game.
Exactly.
It will carry over.
And especially when we're talking about corners and varying up the corners and trying out something new, where you don't have the pressure of, is this going to get us the W or not, and seeing how the other team reacts to it and how they move to it. Where when you're playing on yourself and practicing these corners, you have a defense that knows what you're doing. So when you go up against a defense that doesn't know what's coming, it gives you a better idea of, is this going to be a good corner to use in the future? Absolutely.
With about 4 minutes left in this game, Mr. Shapley, we have Maya bringing the ball up through the middle to Amelia Bouchard. Amelia, that's a foot infraction right off the side of the ankle there. Amelia back with possession for Frontier. Amelia with the back pass to Ivy Cloninger. Rowan down to the corner. Nice cross through by Rowan. Turners Falls possession. Oh, nice move. Nice spinorama there by Ella from Turners Falls. And then it was a foot infraction. Unfortunately, stepped on the ball. Ball to Amelia Bouchard. Pass back to Lauren Kalinowski, I believe that is. Nope, I lied. That is
Ivy.
Ivy. I saw the orange stick.
Yeah, yeah. So Missy took that time out so that she could get the younger players in, and then probably give them, you know, this is what I want to see on the field. This is what we can practice.
And we forgot that there was running time, that their time was not stopped for any reasons, and that is the final buzzer. As we came into this game, what we said we wanted to see was this Frontier offense really start to put it all together. As we talked about every game coming up to this, they did outshoot all their opponents by at least 10, but they came in with a 2-2-1 record. You kind of wanted to see that glass door be broken and that offensive kind of input really happen.
Yep.
And you know what? It did today. With the final score, Frontier 8, Turners Falls 0.
Well, you know, I wish Turners Falls the best of luck moving forward. This is the one and only time we will play Turners. And, you know, they have a bright season ahead of them.
Absolutely. They leave this game with a 3 wins and 2 loss record. And this game also brings the Frontier Lady Redhawks to 3 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. As we finish up the day, we just heard the fantastic train going right behind us here in South Deerfield. Probably one of, if not the nicest day to be outside to enjoy a field hockey game. As we said, we're almost fall. You can start to see the leaves move over. Very special thanks to all of our crew here, Mr. Murphy and the fellows behind me, putting together this fantastic package. To all of you watching on YouTube, listening worldwide, I want to say thank you to our FCAT sponsors. Once again, that was Al Beer Hearing Services, Holiday Pizza, Baird Ceiling Systems, Zach's Barbecue, Terrazas at the Greenfield Country Club, and the Sugarloaf Hair Studio. For Mrs. Shapley, this is Adam Bouchard saying have a great afternoon, and we'll see you next time.